All right, let's get into this. Have you ever been scrolling through your feed and you notice someone you know, someone who's super smart, funny, successful in real life, but online, they're basically a ghost? No updates, no selfies, nothing. It's a weird modern puzzle, right? Today, we're going to unpack the fascinating psychology behind why some of the most confident people out there are also the quietest online. And that right there, that's the big question, isn't it? When you see that digital silence, what's your first gut reaction? Do you think, oh, they must be kind of boring, or maybe a little shy, nothing to share? Or could it be the exact opposite? Could it actually be a sign of some deep, unshakable confidence? The common assumption is pretty simple. If you're not online, you must be insecure or shy or just uninteresting. But what if we told you the psychology actually flips that whole idea on its head? The reality is, a lot of the time, these people are incredibly secure, they're deeply self-aware, and they are powerful observers of the world around them. So let's challenge that old narrative right now. This brings us to our first big idea: quiet confidence. We're going to dig into the concept that true, genuine self-assurance doesn't actually need a public stage to exist. This quote just nails it perfectly. Sometimes the loudest confidence is quiet. Think about that for a second. It's such a powerful idea. The confidence that really truly matters isn't always the one that's shouting for attention. Sometimes it's the one that doesn't feel the need to speak at all. So where does this quiet strength even come from? Well, it's not random. As we're about to see, it's built on these really distinct inner pillars. Let's break down the psychological building blocks of someone who is perfectly happy without constant online validation. The first pillar, and this one is so important, is intrinsic motivation. Basically, this means your drive comes from the inside. You do things, hobbies, projects, whatever, for the pure joy and meaning they bring you, not for the likes or the comments you think you might get if you post about it. And this creates a really fascinating split. On one side, you've got the person who's intrinsically motivated. They're looking for meaning, and they care way more about their actual progress than getting praise for it. But on the other side, you've got this validation-seeking mindset, where the praise itself can start to feel more important than the progress. All right, let's get to the next pillar: secure self-esteem. Now, this isn't about being arrogant. It's about having a stable, real belief in your own value. It's like an internal anchor. Your sense of worth just isn't tied to your follower count because you already know your value completely offline. And this quote gets right to the heart of it. True confidence doesn't need to compete. When you're genuinely secure, you're not playing that silent game of comparison with everyone on your feed. You just don't have anything to prove. Okay, this next one is a total game changer, a high internal locus of control. It's a bit of a technical term, but all it means is you believe that you are the captain of your own ship. You feel like your choices and your actions are what shape your life, not luck or fate or what other people think. And that's the whole point. This belief makes you incredibly resilient. You don't need likes from social media to feel happy or successful because you know those feelings come from what you do, not from what other people see. Now, this quiet confidence isn't just about inner strength. It actually helps develop a really unique set of skills. It's all about how they interact with the world. They often see more, precisely because they are so focused on showing less. This brings us to something called self-concept clarity. These people have a very strong, very stable sense of who they are. Their identity isn't some kind of performance they put on for an online audience. It's a consistent truth that's there whether anyone is watching or not. I just love this phrase. It's pretty much the ultimate definition of being authentic, isn't it? It's that old saying, your character is who you are in the dark. For these people, who they are online and offline is the same, because their identity is just solid. Okay, this brings us to a skill that is a true sign of maturity: emotional regulation. It's the ability to handle your feelings on the inside instead of immediately needing to broadcast every single high and every single low for everyone to see. And this is a really key distinction. Their silence isn't an absence of feeling, it's a mastery of it. They're able to work through their emotions internally, which is the huge difference between reacting in public and responding in private. That develops incredible self-control. And the final skill in this toolkit is observational intelligence. Because they're less focused on broadcasting their own lives, they become amazing listeners and observers. They're the thinkers in the room, soaking up information and learning from what everyone else is freely putting out there. This is their superpower. Seriously.
In a world that's all about instant reactions, they take a beat. They actually think. They process things deeply, which means their responses, if and when they decide to give them, are way more thoughtful and insightful. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this for us? Well, it's a powerful invitation to maybe redefine how we measure our own worth. It's all about shifting our focus away from the noise of external numbers and towards the quiet hum of inner peace. I mean, think about it this way. Your beauty isn't something that a digital filter can actually add to or take away from. It's real. It exists completely on its own, no app or algorithm required. And just as important, your value as a human being has absolutely nothing to do with your follower count. Your worth is just there. It's not something an audience gives to you. And this just brings it all home so perfectly. Confidence isn't about how loud you are online. It's about how calm you are within. It's an internal state of being. It's a security you feel on the inside, not a noise you make on the outside. At the end of the day, it really all boils down to a choice. Are you choosing depth over display? Are you choosing peace over popularity? And most importantly, are you looking for a life filled with meaning instead of one that's just defined by empty metrics?
So I'll leave you with this final thought. The next time you decide not to post something, or maybe when you see someone else's quiet profile, don't jump to a conclusion. Instead, just ask yourself, what does that silence really say? Is it emptiness, or is it a sign of a rich, full life being lived completely offline?